Okay, so one last question. I'm not sure if you know, but this picture has been circulating around campus.
You're kidding!
I am not kidding at all. And so I was wondering if you could tell the students of UM the story behind it.
I will tell you the story. So this is a magazine that's published in Mexico by one of the leading women's rights groups. And they were doing this in, I think it was an important anniversary of them. And they chose to interview a number of people, men and women, who have fought for the rights of women in Mexico. And I have to say I'm very proud that during my time as Secretary of Health, I was a strong defender of women's health, including reproductive health. And it's a very sensitive and controversial issue, as it is in the United States. We carried out a very respectful process of consulting all the points of view, but in the end we issued the coverage rules for reproductive health services on the basis of scientific evidence. So it was a very visible process. It was very well taken. I mean, the opinion polls showed that 80 or 85% supported what I had done as Secretary of Health. So some of the publishers of this publication, which is the main women's publication, invited me as someone who really believes strongly in defending the rights of women. I happen to have 5 sisters and a twin sister, so I grew up blessed with understanding that women deserve every respect and are in many, they have a fundamental role, and that any attempt to disrespect or oppress or limit their opportunities should be combated in a very strong way. So that's what led to my being interviewed. When I arrived to the interview, without any idea, they said, well, we're trying to show a different aspect of people like you who have fought these battles, and would you mind just taking your shirt off? I say, well, I thought about it. No one had warned me. And then when I saw the list of very, respectful people, like there was a Supreme Court Justice, there were a few women showing their shoulders, and they say, we're trying to break the stereotype that every time we are photographed for a publication, somehow the only part of your body that's shown explicitly is your face. We're not going to go much below the face. So that's what led to that. And I decided that in the spirit of what that publication stood for, I would agree. So that's I'm amazed that I can see how creative our students are. You found that. I thought it was lost in an arcane publication.
Everyone knows about it. Sorry.
Anyway, this is me a few years ago.
No, but it's very tasteful. I'm a fan. President Frenk, thank you so much for sitting down with me. I very much appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
That was great.